man. There's nothing blowing up in Amsterdam. There's just a lot of free mother truckers rolling around high over there.
Have you spent a lot of time in Amsterdam?
No, I've never. I've only done the UK. Europe has, and it's weird. Every time I've prejudged a place, I was right. I never wanted to go to Europe. The UK always just screamed of bad plumbing and bleak depression, and that's exactly what it was. I have no interest in.
Now you're huge in England, aren't you?
Compared to what I am here. At least I'm known for my comedy. I don't have the stigmas of the Man Show and the Girls Gone Wild hanging over me there. They just know my stand-up, so that's nice.
What'd you do on Girls Gone Wild?
I just hosted one, but they aired the commercial every 10 minutes.
I never knew you did. I'd never even seen a Girls Gone Wild.
It was just, it was...
See, now I'm helping the exact problem you have. I'm now acerbating.
That's all right.
What did you do on the Girls?
I hosted one as a goof, but then for a year and a half...
What do you do hosting one? I mean,
you just go and make fun of dumb chicks. It's trout in a barrel, baby. 30 grand to just hang around and bag on dumb drunk chicks.
And you were there getting them to take their clothes off and then making fun of it.
I throw in a few one-liners. That's what's scary about that whole, like, the guy that runs Girls Gone Wild, he's in the paper with some allegations, some sexual misdeed, and getting sued or arrested. So being known as the Girls Gone Wild guy, you don't want someone to confuse me with some angry father going, I heard you're the Girls Gone Wild guy. You raped my daughter. And I go, no, that was the owner of Girls Gone Wild. I just tried to make the rape funny. Just hurling out a few. It's just a gig.
Did you do that like a year and a half ago?
I did that like 2 years ago, but they ran the commercial for like a year and a half. It was so ubiquitous on late-night cable television. And it was just like one drunk blurb where I just show me where babies feed or some stupid thing I had said that they just pull out, and it turns into my inadvertent catchprise for the rest of the Oh, no, stop this now.
And you just know that CNN has that in your obituary package.
Oh, yeah.
Doug Stanhope found dead. Here he is.
Yeah, that's going to be my loop on CNN when I die.
Yeah, if you die interestingly enough. You know, we're kind of on the border there where you don't just die.
Exactly.
You have to die in an interesting way.
Yeah. Cancer's not going to cut it.
No, you won't. You have to get hit by a bus with somebody famous in it.
Exactly.
That Doug Stanhope was killed that way, and they show up the package with the Girls Gone Wild clip and say, and oh, by the way, good enough he's dead because he's the one that raped your daughter. We'll be back after this. You're listening to CNN. And you go on. And also, how long were you on the Man Show for?
We did one season, like 22 episodes, but it sucked. It was terrible. It was with Rogan.
Yeah.
You know Rogan.
Yeah, sure.
So we have similar perspectives and a genre of comedy that was so not your own, and we want you to do what you want with it, and you think they're telling the truth. And then we would try to hammer kind of our point of view in, which is an all-or-nothing proposition with this kind of comedy. You know? Mm-hmm. So then, a half-weight version of that was just awful. It sucked.
So what was the difference between your point of view and their point of view? I mean, I can guess.
Well, they were trying to appeal to meat-headed fraternity guys, and we tried to have a point of view.
Mm-hmm. And we did Fear Factor with Joe Rogan, and I hung out with him a little bit and saw his stand-up, and he's really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
But then he starts talking about how we did the land on the moon.
Yeah, and that's one of his... It's one of his favorite conspiracy theories.
He really, really believes that.
I know. He gave me the tape thing that he watched, and I watched it. I go, all right.
It's horrible.
I can debunk this, but...
Yeah, you can debunk it all in a second. And he's a smart guy. And you start going through point by point, and he just goes, oh, no, that's part of the conspiracy.
See, but I love the 9/11 conspiracies.
What do you love about him?
Well, there's parts of them, and again, like the thing, like Loose Change that came out, again, they put so many, they tried to show every possible conspiracy that could have happened, that they didn't just focus on the stuff that is unexplained. Well, explain that part to me. Don't throw out, because some of them negated others, where they go, well, this happened, and they said, but this, like those two situations, I can't give you specific examples, because my memory is like a spaghetti strainer, but...
Is that going to be another one of your campaign slogans?
Yeah. I know, that's why I'm backing off the campaign talk, because I don't want to have to talk and doublespeak all the time, but until I have succinct sound bites, I really think we are prime for the Libertarian Party was just all this stuff in a row. Online gambling and that Ohio sex bill where you can be listed as a sex offender just for being suspected without even being charged with a crime.
It's not even suspected by the government.
Yeah.
Someone can just say,
yeah,
I think they're a sex offender, which means the only way to fight this, of course, is to go online and list everybody as a sex offender.
Exactly.
And I imagine that some not. I mean, there must be someone like us living in Ohio.
Yeah, with a phone book.
It's a lot more effective way of revenge than just sending pizzas to someone's house or sending 19 cabs over to your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
I know so many people. I don't know. That use he touched our child inappropriately, like in custody battles. I don't know how many friends or acquaintances I've met that, as soon as we get divorced, they throw, he touched a kid inappropriately to get custody. It's scary.
You hang out with different people than I do. I don't know anybody. Do you know anybody that had that happen to them in a custody battle?
Not yet, no.
No, I don't know.
I've heard many stories like that.
Really?
Yeah.
From people you know?
Yeah, like, why didn't this come out when you were married? Why did this all of a sudden come up in a divorce proceeding? At least half a dozen times in my life I've known or known of someone.
A friend of mine said, you've got to marry the woman you want to divorce. And if you think about it, it's a really profound thing to say. Because if you can picture this person going through a divorce, being sane and caring about the things that matter, and being compassionate and not losing their head, then that's the person you want to spend your life with.
Exactly.
If you think, she's really hot, this is going to be great, but man, if I ever divorce her, it's going to be... I think you've picked the wrong...
But that love thing, that just twists your... I wasn't legally married. That's another thing that I don't... Because I have a whole rant against marriage. Well, no, I
love to hear it.
No, but the point is, it was like the Baby and the Aristocrats, where when I refer to my wife, we went to Tommy Rocker's down the street, and we had basically a parody of a wedding. We just mocked the whole institution of legal marriage, and we had some vagabond defrocked priest just made up a ceremony, and we were all high out of our minds. And that's where Extreme Elvis, he played at our wedding. Extreme Elvis.
Yeah, well, he's played a party here, too.
Yeah.
Have you seen Extreme Elvis recently?
He's living in my old place in Hollywood.
So I guess I
haven't talked to him in a while.
He's lost like 150 pounds.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Extreme Elvis was this great act of an incredibly fat guy with a very, very small...
Yeah, almost non-existent.
Who performed naked as Elvis and had the voice. I mean, all these Elvis impersonators, they never have the voice. And he had a fabulous voice.
And a great band. The horn section was...
While singing perfect Elvis. It was probably the definition to me of pure avant-garde performance art. It was just great in every single way. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with Doug Stanhope, who is considering running for president in the future. This is Penn Jillette and Mike Godot. We're in Las Vegas. Right back after this. Yeah, that's the Mike Jones big band playing the Penn Jillette theme with me playing bass. I'm sitting here with Michael Godot and Doug Stanhope, who is considering a run for president. Doug Stanhope is also one of the aristocrats and I've never seen you. I was going to say you're a fabulous stand-up, but I've heard CDs and I've certainly seen tapes of you, but I've never seen you live.
Yeah, I'm not a great Vegas draw.
Where do you play when you play Vegas?
My buddy Tommy Rocker's place right down the street. It's just
Yeah, I've never been over there.
Yeah, it's a cool bar, great restaurant. He's got a stage. He plays there every weekend, and he's a friend of mine. So I come to Vegas. It's not worth trying to play a comedy club here, Harris and stuff, where they just expecting it, Jay Leno from every comic. It's not worth the problems.
What places do you play most in the U.S. when you tour around? Where do you play
I've been playing a lot more rock clubs. I'm all over the